Hey, I wanted to put this video together to talk about offers and really why no one is buying your offer. Okay, so if you're watching this video, no one's buying your offer. You've done what everyone said, put together an offer, you're trying to scale it with cold traffic and it's just not working, then keep watching because I'm going to explain why that is the case. Okay, now if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Tom Granger. I am the co-founder of Advanced Client. We help B2B businesses scale with outbound systems. Okay, we're pretty good at it. You can check out our site, you can check out our case studies if you want to take a look at what we do. Okay, now the reason for this video is we want to talk about offers, and these are offers that we scale with cold traffic. So this is not you have a warm audience, you have a newsletter, and you can just tell them anything and they'll buy it. These are people that have never heard of you, never seen you before, never talked to you, and frankly, they don't trust you, okay, because they've never ever seen you before, okay? So the main thing that I'm seeing in the market right now that is a problem with offer generation is that you're not solving a specific problem that is painful enough, okay? So at our agency, we break down offers into four major components. Okay, so at the top here, you've got specific problem, then you've got unique mechanism, then you've got pricing and terms, and at the bottom, you've got your risk reversal or your guarantee. Now, the reason that we put specific problems so high up the chain is because you build your offer and you build everything else, your entire business, around the specific problem that you are solving. And the reality is that if your offer is not selling, then the problem is that you aren't solving a specific problem that is strong enough, okay? So let's look at an example, okay? Now, one of the things and one of the industries that you're told to sell to as a beginner, online business person is things like contractors or dentists or cosmetic surgeons. And the problem with selling to industries like that is that, have you been to a dentist in the past 3 years since COVID? Realistically, you cannot get a dentist. I mean, in the UK, through the National Health Service and even private dentistry as well, it's almost impossible to get into a dentist's office. I live in a city called Brighton. My hometown is in the Northeast. I have to go back home to go to the dentist, okay, because I cannot get into a dental practice in the South. And that's because there's way too much demand and there's not enough supply. So if you're selling to dental practices in the UK or the US, because I'm assuming it's the same in the US, then you're not solving a specific problem that is strong enough because they already have client acquisition sorted. They don't need any more clients. They need a way to service those clients. Okay. So if you can come up with a solution for that, then that might help. Okay. It's the same thing for electricians, for plumbers, for contractors, for physical trade jobs. Okay. If you're trying to sell to them to say, look, we can get you more clients, then you're going to really, really, really struggle. Okay. Because again, if you have a problem with your plumbing, okay, let's say that your sink is broken or your toilet's broken or your shower's leaking or something along those lines, okay, get on the phone today and call them up and see when they can next come and see you, okay? The likelihood is these people are booked to the gills and they do not need any more help, okay? So if you're basing your specific problem, if you're basing your offer around a specific problem that isn't strong enough and isn't painful enough, then the entire offer collapses, okay? So you need to base it around a specific problem that is really, really strong. And the good news is that it's not as difficult as you would imagine, okay? Your prospects and your clients and your market are telling you their pain points all the time, okay? So what we like to do when we take on a new client is we like to look at their sales calls. So hopefully they've been recording the sales calls and hopefully you're recording the sales calls as well. So what we like to do is take 10 or 20 transcripts from those sales calls and then run them through ChatGPT and ask them to analyze it, look for pain points, look for trends. And the goal here is to find trends or patterns that we can then utilize or see this is a specific problem that they're dealing with. Okay, so we can see across 10 different sales calls that the prospects have told us the same thing. Okay, they're dealing with deliverability is a big issue, which everyone's facing right now. Or, they're dealing with script writing. They just can't seem to get messaging that's resonating with their audience very well, or something along those lines. Okay. So they're struggling a lot with that. So we now know that there's specific pain points that we can then build offers around. So we can build our unique mechanism, we can build our pricing and terms, and we can build our risk reversal around that. It's pretty simple, okay? Another thing that we're seeing in the market as well is that, we're not in the same landscape as we were in 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, okay, where money almost seemed like it was free. Everyone was cash rich. People were spending, people were happy to spend. Sales cycles were a lot shorter, and it just seemed a lot easier to go and make money. And that's because money was more free. The economy was better. There was handouts. The government was printing lots and lots of money. I'm not an economist, so I can't give you the specific reasons why, but the reality is there was a lot more money back then. And people were a lot more free and willing to spend their money. Okay, but this is not the case today. People are a lot more sort of guarded with their money and making decisions that are taking, a lot longer. The sales cycles are getting dragged out, and this is because trust is low, because budgets have been slashed, because revenues are dropping across certain industries, and because money isn't as abundant as it was just a few years ago. Okay, so what we're finding a lot of success with is, instead of just pushing our main offer, so let's say you've got a 5-10 grand main offer per month. If you've never spoke to someone, you're trying to sell to them on cold traffic, that's quite a hard sell. Okay, this might take you months and months, years, if not, you might not ever sell to them because they don't trust you at all. So what we use is what's called a front end offer, in order to get our clients' foot in the door and our foot in the door quickly. So a front-end offer, and the beautiful thing about a front-end offer is that it requires low trust and low operational complexity in order for you to deliver. Okay, so if you imagine a chart like that or a graph like that, you've got trust going up one axis, you've got operationally complex going that way. Okay, your main offer is somewhere up here. It requires a lot of trust and it's operationally complex for you to actually deliver. Okay, so on the other hand, you've got the front end offer, which requires low trust and it's operationally very easy for you to deliver. Okay, so the way that we build out front end offers is we look at a main offer that ourselves or our clients are running. Okay, and then we break those down into components. So let's say that we're looking at cold email. So cold email, some components of cold email would be copywriting, deliverability. What else could it be? Building out lead magnets, infrastructure, leads, list generating, list building. So they're all components of cold email that we can then break down as a main offer into smaller offers. Okay, so front end offers. So for example, deliverability. So the beauty of it is that deliverability for a business is normally pretty easy to fix. Someone like myself, my co-founder in my business, we know how to fix deliverability for B2B cold email and outbound. Okay, we can typically do an audit and we can find 30 things wrong straight away, get those fixed pretty quickly, and start to see a pretty sudden uptick in deliverability. So what we could do for this front end offer is build out a checklist, so someone can go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ding, 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 tick them through, make sure they're doing it right, and we can do an audit of their accounts as well. This could take 10 minutes to do. So operationally, from our side, this is very, very easy to execute on. So we can do this really quickly. We could do 30, 40 of these a day. We could build systems around this as well. Super, super simple to do. And from the client's side of things and from their perspective, it doesn't require a lot of their trust in order to go for it. Okay, they're seeing that they've got a problem with deliverability. We're offering to come and fix it quickly. We could do this for free, or we could charge a very, very low price, maybe less than $100 to do this. Okay, so for them, they can make a snap decision on that. But the beautiful thing about this is like a first date. Okay, so instead of us never talking before and then deciding that we're going to get married and move in together straight away, which is almost what like pushing your main offer is. Okay, if you are trying to push your main offer on someone, it's like getting married straight away if you're looking into a 12-month contract. Instead, we push the front end offer, which is like a date. We go on a first date, we look at each other, we see, do we like each other? Are there any red flags that we want to be worried about, which is typically what you do on a first date anyways. We take that information and then we run with it as well. But it also gives us access to that client to build up FaceTime, to build up a relationship, to build up trust, so we can push their trust up and up and up, so that by the time that we have delivered our front end offer and we've had FaceTime, we've built up good rapport with this client, we've built up enough trust that we can then offer our main offer to them, and we can say, look, we've delivered this to you. We've shown that we're competent at what we do. We know what we're doing. So why not move on to our main offer? Okay, this is how it works. This is what it looks like. And at that point, you've built up enough trust. It's almost like a warm sale. So you're making it easier for yourself as well. So you're making it easier to sell your main offer by selling smaller front-end offers on the front end, so then you can sell your main back end offer after building up lots and lots of trust. And again, the beautiful thing about it is that you can also audit them. So let's say, for example, you jump into a long-term contract with someone and it turns out that they're really not a nice person. They're bad to work with. They're nitpicking everything. They're not nice to your team. They're snappy. They're demanding calls. You've all worked with these sort of clients before. They take up 80% of your time and they generate like 2% of your revenue or something like that. It's just not it's not a good relationship at all. So in a front end offer, if you sell to someone like that and you see that, then operationally, you haven't committed a lot of time, resources, manpower, stressed out your team and your staff. Instead, you can see these red flags straight away and you can say, I don't want to sell these guys on my main offer. And then you don't have to, okay? So this is the beauty of a front-end offer, and this is what we're seeing in the market, okay? So money is not as free anymore. Trust is at an all-time low. And if you want to start selling and selling quickly with cold traffic, then use front-end offers to build trust, to go on that first day, to build rapport and repertoire with that person so that you can push them onto your main offer. Okay, thought I'd just throw out this sort of raw video. I had some thoughts in my mind about this. If you want 7 free B2B trainings, then just hit the link below. This should be the first link. You can join our email list and we'll send it over in the first email. You get 7 free B2B outbound trainings. One of those is included is the deliverability checklist that I mentioned would be a good front end offer. So we might run that as a front end offer as well. If you want that, click the link below. You can join, no pressure otherwise. And yeah, hope you have a great day and hope you enjoyed this video.